everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to film a makeup tutorial using some new products. They won't all be new, but I do have some new ones that I want to try. This is going to be today's makeup look. I hope you like it. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my tutorials. So let's get on with today's look. As you guys know, I have oily skin, so this is a product I've used in my kit maybe for the last 10 years, on and off. This is the Skin Ceuticals Mineral Matte UV Defense in SPF 30. This is a really great primer for the skin. It's also an SPF obviously, but it's a mattifier. It's a fantastic oil absorbing base. So if you're oily and you need something really sort of hardcore, this is really good. It does kind of have a bit of a gritty sensation when it first goes on. Not in the respect that it's going to exfoliate your skin, not that kind of grittiness, but you'll know what I mean if you use it. And this is one I've always recommended to people that have super oily skin because it's really, really effective. It did always have a reputation for flashing back, so it was something that I used to say to people, it's great for kind of everyday use, but maybe not for special occasions. I did give it a go the other day with a flash on my phone and I didn't get any flashback because I know brands, they'll often rework their products so that they perform better. However, I've not used it in a situation where it would be with professional photography, but for everyday use, if you're oily, it's a really great one. So talking of products that get reworked by the brands, this is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Foundation, and this is the new and improved formula. This is the Faux Filter foundation. This is a liquid foundation and it comes in 39 buildable shades. So the shade I've got is Cheesecake. This is full coverage, but it's a luminous matte finish. So I feel like when they say that, it's probably more of a natural matte. So this is fragrance free. I'm going to work this in with my fingers. It's snowing outside. So it's lovely and toasty indoors and freezing outside. It looks so pretty and it feels so bright in my room. So yeah, I'm going to work this in with my fingers because I just like the finish that your fingers give. You can really blend it in and the warmth from your finger just helps to melt that product in. I find if I go in with a brush or a sponge, I still need to go and press it in with my fingers because otherwise it's kind of just sitting on top of the skin rather than becoming one with the skin. So this is sweat proof and waterproof. It's supposed to be kind of like swim proof. It's fragrance free, which is great because I feel better about putting that on my skin, knowing that my skin's not going to be angry with me. It's non-comedogenic, so it shouldn't clog your pores, but like everything, you should always make sure you wash it off properly, especially when it's this full coverage. So make sure whatever you're using to wash your face, you do 2 passes with it or 2 pumps and really work that into your skin for at least 60 seconds to really break down the product, because we've already got a high SPF on there and a full coverage foundation, so you really need to break that down. Otherwise, no matter what the brands say, you will have problems with your skin. So this really is extreme coverage. I don't feel like I moisturised enough for this amount of coverage because you really do need to plump that skin. It is the winter here in the UK and I am using a lot of actives. Even though I'm oily, the actual texture of it is a little bit drier because of the cold weather and having the heating on in the house. So I feel like if you're somebody with ever so slightly drier skin, more mature skin, you really are going to need to moisturise a lot. For me, it's way too much coverage. It may be something I change my mind about in the summer months, because sometimes in the summer months and out of studio lighting, I tend to find I would use foundations that I maybe wouldn't use in the winter. So I'm not going to completely write it off. I think it would fare better if my skin was a little bit more hydrated. I'm going to go and do my eyebrows, get on with my eye makeup, and then we'll come back and finish the face. So as usual, I'm going in with my Urban Decay Brow Blade in the shade Cool Cookie. I'm not going to show you a full tutorial on this because I do have a dedicated tutorial on how to use this pen, which I will link up on the top right hand corner for you. If you are used to using a brow pencil, I would highly recommend trying this pen because it really is a game changer if you want a very natural finish. To prime the eyelids, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. This is a really good one if you are using colours or you're using a matte finish and you want a really nice even base. The brush I'm using here is a concealer brush which has synthetic bristles, which works best with cream based products. The palette I'm going to be using today is the Clientele palette by makeup artist Jar, and this has some beautiful shades. The first of which is called Sandy, which is a matte finish, and I'm buffing this into the actual crease of the eye, and I'm going to take this up towards the brow bone, and this is going to be our transition shade, meaning it's the first shade that goes down and it's the shade we're going to be buffing other colours into, but it's the one that we take the highest. Tap off all the excess product and apply this in light layers, so we're applying nice washes of colour. Next up, we're going to start deepening that shade. So we're also going to mix in a little bit of the colour Dirty Tan, which is a more intense version of the sandy shade. And we're going to trace over where we've applied sandy, but we're not taking it as high. I'm using the shades that Jar recommends for a beautiful nude matte finish, but we're going to do a softer version of a look that she created using this palette. So keep buffing that in using circular motions, using a soft blending brush. Then we want to go in with a clean blending brush and buff over this, so we are making sure that the seam between Dirty Tan and Sandy is really seamless. The next colour we are taking is called Chic, and this is a really nice matte brown. This is a really lovely mid-tone brown that's not too deep, and we're buffing this onto the outer third of the mobile eyelid. Going back into our Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer and the same concealer brush, I'm very softly tapping onto the mobile lid to take away the shadow that's come down from the socket onto that mobile lid, because we want to maximise that space. So we're not looking for a cut crease, but you do want to follow the natural shape, but don't worry about it being defined. We do want a very soft version of a cut crease. If you have hooded eyes, this is a really good opportunity for you to create the illusion of a bigger eyelid, so go above where your eye naturally creases using this product. If you are interested in creating a very strong cut crease, I do have tutorials on how to do this. Going back to the palette, I'm taking this matte bone shade called Asher, and on a flat shader brush I'm pressing this over the mobile lid, so over the areas that we've just applied the eye primer, and very softly buffing that up towards the crease, diffusing that seam where the eyeshadow primer meets the eyeshadow. Taking the shades Dirty Tan and Sandy, we're going on a small detailer brush and we're going to line our top lash line like we would with eyeliner, thicker on the outer edge and coming down towards the eyelash line as we get towards the inner corner of the eye. So we're getting a nice sweeping soft liner in the nude shade. Going back to the shade Chic and adding a very tiny amount of the shade Too Much, which is deeper, we're going to start tapping this on the outer third of the mobile lid in a C shape. This is going to help contour that eye shape. It's going to add a very soft smoke to the outer half of the eye, and also it's going to deepen the liner that we've just applied with that matte brown eyeshadow. You might be wondering why we just don't go straight in with the two darker shades. We do want that warmth underneath, so it kind of mimics the warmth that we've got going through the socket. We don't want there to be too much of a difference between the deeper shades and the sandier tones that we've got going on in the socket. We want there to be a nice transition between the two. Going back to the eyeshadow palette, I'm taking this shade called Peach Out, which is a matte peach eyeshadow, and on a flat shader brush I'm tapping this over the brown shades that we've applied on the outer half of the lid. We want that depth underneath, but we also want it to have a nice transition into the Asher shade, which is that bone shade on the lid. So we're going to tap that in and then go back over with our small detailer brush, which has the darker browns, and tap into that. That way we're going to get a really lovely gradient between those three tones. To line the top lash line, I'm going in with this Ceuticals Vanta Lash Adhesive Liquid Eyeliner. And what makes this so bloody cool is that it is the most easy way to apply eyelashes if you really struggle, because this stuff is like a magnet for eyelashes. So I am using this really close to the root of the eyelashes. I don't need to be completely tidy with it because it really is only to disguise the band of the eyelashes. And the ones I'm going in with today are the Tiger's Eye by Ceuticals, and as you can see, using the tweezers, as soon as I lay down the front, it literally sticks to the eyeliner and it makes applying them so easy. So if you are interested in trying this for yourself, I have a discount code. If you use the code Shonagh15 at the checkout, you'll get 15% off site-wide. So give it a go if you are somebody who really struggles with keeping eyelashes at the root, because you can't go wrong with this. The lashes are beautiful. The only thing I would change about them if I was making them myself is I wouldn't have them as a glossy black, because you'll see that when I'm looking down in some of the shots at the beginning, it looks as if I've got lash glue on the outer corner that hasn't dried. But if you actually look at when I'm applying the lashes, you can see there that they're actually reflecting light, but maybe it's not so obvious if you're not in studio lighting. I'm now taking this Anastasia Beverly Hills mascara and I'm applying that underneath the false lashes to coat my natural lashes, so this darkens them but it will also seal them to the falsies. Moving back onto the skin, I'm going to take this blush and cheek duo by NARS. This is part of the Claudette collection, which is new. Look how beautiful the packaging is, minus my fingerprints. So this is a coral blush and a bronze duo. So it's almost like it was made for me. You know I adore these shades. So this is a gorgeous palette. I'm going to assume it's limited edition, so if you are interested, I'm going to link it below so you don't miss out. I'm going to use my Bare Minerals Blooming Brush Blush. This was part of their Christmas collection and I adore it. So taking the bronzer side, I'm going to start sweeping this down onto the face. Having sat for a little while in this foundation, it's not one for me. I don't like how it's sitting on the skin. It's very aging. Was it going to take that around the hairline? Just to warm up the skin. Spring will be coming soon and we won't be as wintry and pasty as we are at the minute. I can't wait. I'm so fed up with winter already. Are you more of a summer or winter person? Tommy loves the winter. He loves cold weather. He doesn't like the sun. He doesn't like sitting out in it. Which is great because it means he's not going to get too much sun damage throughout his life. We're completely the opposite. I love the summer, I love holidays. Tommy's more of a ski person than a beach person. I'm then going to take the coral shade with my Bare Minerals Flawless Application Brush. I'm going to sweep that onto the cheeks for a lovely flush of colour. It goes nice with the eye shade because it's kind of peachy and warm. I know we can't go out for dates, but we can definitely dress up indoors. And it's nice to your face and hair and feel special. Next I'm going to take this lipstick, also from the NARS and Claudette collection. Again, it has these beautiful little butterflies, these are in black. And this is the lipstick. Don't know if you can see the texture on there, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And again, it has a kind of sort of deep peachy undertone. Wow. That lipstick is such a beautiful pinky nude shade. I love the packaging. Again, probably limited edition. I would assume so because it's part of a collection. So I will link it below. And that completes today's makeup tutorial. Really quick, really simple. I know it can be quite daunting when we're using eyeshadow bases rather than just eyeshadows alone, and don't be put off by almost creating a very sort of subtle cut crease because we're not looking for the cut crease. We are looking for a really soft diffused finish. It's just to kind of take away some of the eyeshadow that we've put in place so that the lighter colour stands out and the brown doesn't overtake the actual lid space, which is a great technique if you have hooded eyes. So definitely give it a go. Nude shades always suit everybody, and the great thing about wearing this kind of eye is you can pair it with any lip. You could go dark, you can go light, you can wear a gloss, you can wear a matte finish. It's completely up to you. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget, all the products I've used will be listed and linked in the description bar below. If you've got any questions, shoot them down into the comment section and I'll do my best to get back to you. Don't forget to come follow me outside of YouTube over on my social handles, which will be on screen for you now. If you missed last week's tutorial, it'll also be on screen. Thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye!